sure it's resilient and strong for the future. So thank you for being a great partner for Jefferson Parish. Thank you for building for our future, and thank you for making our grid stronger.
Thank you, Councilmember Walker. Next up, I'll invite Joe Valente. Thank you, Joe.
Good morning, everyone. So I will keep it brief, I promise, but I'm going to take this opportunity to bring out a couple of points. We've been talking about response, and we've also been talking about recovery. And I can tell you, I've been with Jefferson Parish now 9 years as the emergency manager. And power is always your number one consideration after a storm, because without power, you really can't produce that much of an effect toward the positive and toward the recovery. So what I do want to say is that our relationship with Entergy, and FEMA really focuses on using the whole community, but particularly on relationships. And they want us to form relationships with all the different entities that we have to deal with. And I can say, Michelle Bork, thank you very much, and Jimmy Aiken, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention him. We have definitely developed really good relationships and bonds with those two individuals. When we reach out, when we have a problem, the response is immediately. More importantly, they understand the sense of urgency that we're under. Those kind of relationships are priceless. You can't buy them, you can't pay for them, you can't learn about it in a college. You have to develop it. And those partners that you develop those relationships with have to be willing to participate. Very quickly, I just want to thank Jimmy and Michelle again. We spent 5 years trying to put together a project to place hurricane cameras in Grand Isle and Lafitte. Jimmy and Michelle were able to cut and help us navigate that complicated route. And we now have 4 hurricane cameras in Grand Isle, and we plan to add 2 more. We have 2 in Lafitte, and we're going to add 1 more. And of course, we're going to allow Entergy to have access to that feed so that they will be able to get real-time situational awareness of what's happening during, pre-storm, storm, and post-storm. And hopefully that'll allow them to make better decisions as to what resources to send to those areas so they can affect a quicker recovery. So honestly, when I say this, like I said, I spent 5 years of my life working on this, and both of you, Michelle and Jimmy, were able to close that gap for us. So again, we understand Entergy's importance, and we appreciate it, and thank you for all the work and time you give us.
We certainly appreciate our partnership with Jefferson Parish, and anything we can do to help, we're always here. So appreciate that. And then last up on the prepared agenda is Eric Skrmetta, LPSC Commissioner, to say a few words. Thank you, Eric.
Well, resilience takes on 2 forms. It's the ability to withstand, and it's the ability to respond and recover. And when we're looking at this, we want to make sure that the grid's strong, and the grid is there to provide the power and services we need for our community and for our state. But we also want to make sure that the companies have the ability to bounce back from whatever Mother Nature and whatever technical problems deliver to us. So it's been a long haul for this, and this is beyond a Jefferson Parish issue. This is a statewide issue. We are moving forward in a billion-dollar project across the state. So I'm very, very happy to see this moving along with rapidity. We are getting this job done not just in Jefferson, but the projects are accelerating statewide. And the state can rely on the fact that we are taking giant steps forward to make sure that the time that we are going to reduce for response, reduction, and recovery of electric losses is going to be demonstrated. If you look at the last storms where we withstood outages, we also had our response times and restoration times accelerated as well. So I think we can be very proud of the job that the utilities have done, particularly Entergy, and we are working forward with other utility systems within the state to ensure that they will be following suit. So very, very proud of the solutions that the Commission has worked out, and proud of the companies for the efforts that they've put forward, and I think that our state can be proud, particularly of the leadership on the companies, on how they've put forward on this. So we're gonna withstand what Mother Nature sends us, but we can't always outwit Mother Nature. But what we're gonna do is do the best we can. But I'm very happy to see that when we reach out for help, people will come and help us, and when folks in other states need help, we go and help them. And that's the purpose of mutual benefit, and we'll see how it all works out. But we're going to be there for you, and they're going to be there for us. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Commissioner Skrmetta. That concludes the prepared remarks for today. And again, just want to give a very, very strong shout out and thank you to everybody who took time out of your schedule today to come help us celebrate and recognize the start of this very, very important program here in Jefferson Parish. As Philip mentioned, it's a statewide program, but we wanted to share and celebrate with all of the local leaders here in Jefferson Parish too. So thank you for that. Before anybody leaves, I just wanted to call out, we do have some refreshments, food, and water. So please take something before you go. Don't run off. Take something before you go. And certainly take an opportunity, if you've not been part of shopped in this market before, either note it for later or make sure that you patronize at some point in the future. So I wanted to call out the small businesses that we're very, very proud to serve and support here at Entergy. With that, final thank yous to Brianna Perkins, Sarah Kleinpeter, our communications team, all of the folks that made today happen, all of our media partners for being here as well. Thank you very much. And with that, we're going to conclude the program, and I'll invite the Entergy leadership team and our elected officials. If you want to join us for a picture for our ribbon cutting ceremony, we would very much appreciate that. So thank you very much. And that's a wrap. Thanks, everybody.